Shalom Yasharala, peace Israel, Call HALALYAM La, YAHAWAH, Abanawa, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA QADASH, all praises to our power, our Father, Yahawah, in the name YAHAWASHI, in the name of Holy Spirit. Double honor to our teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who still rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of Israel, the house of David, beginning with the 144,000. 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 3. And to keep you from being shaken by the troubles you were going through, but you know that we are destined for such troubles. And that's in the NLT, the New Living Translation. Getting into this, man, I pray that this will be of edification. Abaratazah, Father will. We are destined for such troubles. Let that sink in. We are destined for such trouble. So any and everything that happens to us, even if it's bad, even if you go through a situation, you know, and the situation may come back around. You may have to go through something like that again, you know. It could be more intense, or it could be something worse than that, you know, than a particular affliction or afflictions you have gone through. The comfort that we have is that we are destined to go through it, you know, and we can't blame the truth for it. Ultimately, it's a part of the truth. It is a part of the truth, you know. So we are destined for such troubles. All right. So let's read that again. 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 3, NLT, and I'll also read it in the KJV. And to keep you from being shaken by the troubles you were going through, those afflictions. And what keeps you from being shaken? You being comforted by the Holy Spirit. Okay? So you can understand that this is what you're a part of. This is what we're a part of. But you know that we are destined for such troubles. And that's what you learn in this truth. You learn that this is your destiny. It's a part of your destiny to go through these troubles. But there's a bright side to it as well. You know, Lord willing, we're of the elect. This is making us acceptable to YAHAWASHI. And the end goal, the end goal is that we'll be rewarded. We'll be delivered. Okay? The prize. We win YAHAWASHI. All right? Salvation, those new bodies, the kingdom of heaven. Okay? That's the reward. That's the hereafter. Okay? Because the troubles are just for right now. We're not going to have those troubles in the kingdom. Okay? But you know that we are destined for such troubles. Verse 4, even while we were with you, we warned you that troubles would soon come. Yeah, you learned that in this truth. We learned that. Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Temptation is synonymous with trouble, you know, tribulation. Okay? We warned you that troubles would soon come, and they did, as you well know. So let's get that in the KJV. Okay. 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 3. Down to 4. That no man shall be moved by these afflictions. Because what's being moved? You know, being taken out the truth. You know, falling out the truth. Behind these afflictions. You know, damn that, you know. Now it gets uncomfortable. You know, it hurts. It doesn't feel good. But, you know, we have to go back to the source. Go back to the power source, you know. And this is the power source, you know, the comforter, the scriptures, what we're reading. This is the power source, man. That no man should be moved, that no man should be sifted, because moved, to be moved goes into being sifted, being shaken, inwardly agitated in your mind, because that battle taking place in your mind, you know. You're uncomfortable in the mind. All right. And you'll get them thoughts, you know, Satan put them thoughts in your head, you know, hey, you know, I didn't sign up for this, you know. Damn, this again, you know, because you're going through something, you know, this and that, you know. And sometimes you feel like you could be pressed on every side, man. But the benefit is that, Lord willing, the Lord is making us acceptable unto him. And at the end of this, you'll reap the reward, which is salvation. Salvation, those new bodies, the kingdom of YAHAWASHI, the kingdom of Yasharallah, you know. YAHAWASHI will place a crown of pure gold on your head, deeming you a ruler, signifying you're a ruler, a joint heir with him. Okay. And that helps as well, you know, that there is a reward for doing this, that you're not doing it for nothing. So the Lord ultimately gives us incentives to fight, man. You know, sometimes you can feel through, but you're not through, you know, you be wore out. But is it not written that Esau will wear out the saints of the Most High? You know, because of this, you know, this wicked society, this evil world, this present evil world, as the Elder Yaki in Chicago be saying, you know. But let's read this again. 1 Thessalonians 3:3, that no man should be moved by these afflictions, because you're going to go through some shit, man. You know, you're going to have a lot of battles. All right. And you may not, you know, feel like you came out on top, you know, on every battle, with every battle. But ultimately you did, you know, you're still in the truth, you know. And the main thing is that we win the war, man. You know, you go through these different battles, these daily battles, daily afflictions, because the hope is to win the war. And that war is the outward temptation, man. You know, when that mandatory micro C-HIP is presented to the entire planet Earth for everyone to take, for everyone to receive. And the elect are not going to take that mark. So we have to go through these different tribulations now, these afflictions now, so we can be ready for the big one, the big fight, you know, the outward temptation. Revelation 3:10, Revelation 13-16, on down to 18. So we can't be moved by this, because, you know, the big thing not even here yet, because we got to get through this and also get through that. That no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. We are destined to go through it. For verily, truly, when we were with you, we told you before that we should suffer tribulation, even as it came to pass, and you know. Now let's get another one and we'll close it out. And shit, is really some more on that, damn. Let's get a little bit more. Verse 5. For this cause, when I could no longer forbear, I sent to know your faith. Yeah, how you holding up, going through these particular things. Because the goal and the hope is to keep believing, you know? Keep believing, man. Hey, though the Lord slay us, yet we will maintain our trust in him. That's in the book of Job, you know? Because ultimately, you know, where's the affliction really coming from? It's coming from YAHAWASHI through these different situations in the world, but it's really from the Lord, you know? We go through these different things. Do we still believe? And he's checking that, you know? He's checking up on our faith. I sent to know your faith, and he'll do it through men, you know? Are we still going to do the work when we go through these different things? You know what I'm saying? I sent to know your faith, lest by some means the tempter have tempted you. Who's the tempter? Satan. And our labor be in vain. You know, because how can the tempter tempt you? You know, bring you back in the world? and men teach you the truth, men laboring for you, pulling for you, it's in vain if you go back in the world. So forget that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let's get something in Acts 14 and 22. Acts 14:22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI. And we have to stay in the scriptures because it reminds us why. It reminds you why. Okay? It's not random. It's not just happening to you. You're not doing this for nothing. You know, why? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, to be honest, you know, it builds your spirit. You know, think about a craftsman, think about somebody that's a sculptor, you know, somebody that's in the art. The Lord is sculpting our spirits through these different tribulations, man. You know, developing us so we'll be able to go through different things, you know, hardening our spirits, man. Ultimately for the time of Jacob's trouble. I pray this is edifying. We are destined to go through such troubles, and the scriptures remind us that, you know, so we don't tap out, because that's not an option. You know, we came too far, and the Lord pulling for us, man. But we got to go through it, you know. But we almost there too. We almost there. We close, man. It's another day closer. I pray you will edify. Barakat Yahawah, Barakat Yahushai. Barakat Yahawah, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahawah, Barakat Yahushai, BAHASHAM QADASH. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI, BAHASHAM QADASH, Brakathum. To you hopeful elect out there, you know, stay strong. We almost home, you know. Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the house of David, the elect, beginning with the 144,000. To the next lesson, I'm going to say shalom.